switched it to everyone, so literally anyone that was unassigned or Covenant or Syndicate could also see that. And I was like, okay, we need to.
That's what Techno told me to ask for though.
Yeah. So really.
Well, let's make a separate one so we can keep track of the numbers. Maybe.
That's not even. Yeah, we can make a server. And then have them react to the company leader's post or something, and so like each company leader like tags their company or whatever, and then those people respond to just that leader, so we don't lose it in the chat. Because that's a big thing. If we lose it in the chat and it deletes,
we could just make a yellow and purple reaction question in like their permissions thing, so then we can just add the numbers together.
I wasn't really concerned about yellow and purple. Like if they're coming, they're coming. But
if we manually add them, that works too.
But yeah, that too. We can
just get names. Just get names.
That works.
Well, I mean,
so we don't double count.
A suggestion we could have is just set up like a sort of straw poll, or that poll I just sent in the chat in the council way back when, and we just make a poll out of that. Personal answers, whatever, and then whatever they put in, we know from that data who's from who, where they're from, if they're interested, if they're not. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, there's people attacking Brightwood, so I was just letting them know there were a bunch of people at Southwest Gate. Hope I didn't miss anything.
No,
at this point.
We're just like admin shit at this point, trying to lock down numbers, but we can actually get into the when, where, why, what.
Yeah, I need to get going in a little bit, so I don't have more than like 20 minutes, half an hour to sit here. It's fine, I have other reps for my company, but let's get to it.
By the way, before we get into the more administrative type things, if anyone is able to talk and play, we could use some help in Brightwood.
I'll head up there.
Isn't that kicking the dick? You just tell people
you don't want them to start the war? Or?
Yeah, let them start a war.
It's a different. Well, we know that we're not going to get Yellow to help us now, and if it's a bad day for us.
Dude, you don't even need Yellow.
Wolf.
Wolf, mute yourself.
Wolf, are you on the phone?
Mute them for now.
No, I'm back.
Type somewhere. Let me know.
I'm here. I'm good.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I like on the off chance that Yellow decides to work with Purple, and if it's because we have needed Yellow before because of lack of people. On the off chance it's a bad day for people to make it, I'd like to be somewhat preventative, but that's just me. Like, you guys are free to do whatever you want while we're in the middle of doing this. I'm just letting you know.
I don't think the stuff with Yellows as Tor as you think. It's literally just one person that they know that there's personal grudges for, and that's why it was green.
Well,
green, so.
but it's a whole. It was a little. I mean, aside from one or two people, it was mostly all Abatsi that was on Purple sides at us.
Yeah,
I know they'll probably take
LX, right?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like.
They knew that, and I don't know. I didn't sense a vibe other than LX that was super salty about it.
Aiden was kind of bent, but that's just...
Yeah, that's the same person, isn't it, or no?
No.
LX's name is Aiden Come Home in that server.
Oh, really? Okay, so yeah, it was LX.
Okay, so it was LX then. Okay.
Okay, so
he thought we were throwing.
Yeah, Aiden did say he was clueless last time he was in the server.
Yeah,
So,
Alex doesn't like us anyway, so if that doesn't bother any...
I wouldn't worry too much about all of Yellow fucking boycotting Green at this point. I didn't get that vibe personally, at least, so...
I was gonna say, Archvillain didn't seem that mad.
No, and they were more mad at Yellow because they didn't even have their own shot callers and stuff than they were at Green for being on Purple's side.
That's good. That's nice for us.
And the only reason Green joined Yellow's side is because we didn't want Purple to have any territory. So don't think it was personal against you guys either. Like we're just like fuck Purple. We want the map to be no Purple by the time we dip out.
Yeah. Oh, we just didn't want LX to get anything. That's mostly why we did it.
Fair enough. Like,
dude, it was honestly just a petty for fun war.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, they were big mad. It wasn't a sweep.
I love
just sweep Purple.
I love that it was essentially Green versus Green, because that's pretty much the only people I didn't get, aside from A-Noir, because he's kind of a beast, and to kill him is kind of nice pride.
Sidetracked here, but yeah, the war. I think no hard feelings. At least I got, so I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
if they're pissed off, it's like children crying at their parents, like, "Why didn't you help me instead of my brother?" It's like
that's fair.
All right, let's get to the main point though, because I want to eat some food. We need to hear from bots maybe first, because a lot of the questions have been coming from you guys. I think that's only fair. So just someone from you guys talk.
What is the question being posed?
I think he's asking what are we planning on doing whenever we server transfer.
Yep.
Yes. Not like we're not picking the place yet or anything like that. Just what are you guys envisioning when we transfer?
I'll give it to you simple as I can. We still want the merger that we want, but going as one group has its source of problems. Like one, our siege window, like you brought up the other day, Ozmir. It's not great. We're gonna have one company, and I think we're underestimating our roll call, and we don't know where our roll call is or our head count. So once we know our head count, then we can even have the discussion of if that merger works. As of right now, we'll drop it. We'll form under one.
Dude, I'm still for two, honestly. Like, I feel like we should have two no matter what. Just my opinion. I think we're gonna have enough people where it's feasible to have 40 plus in each.
And the same way, it works the same exact way how we have it set up now. We have the leads from the one company, leads from the other, and everybody gets along. We're all Yinfu blood at the end of the day. Like, nobody gives a fuck about...
Yeah, honestly, that doesn't sound too bad. If it's like a 40 plus...
What it made out to sound like is we were starting a little boys club and saying, fuck you, everybody else. That's not our intention at all.
Well, that's all we wanted to hear, that we were going to be on the same page. Like, I still believe two companies is the best way, even if we're right at, like, 80 to 90 or 80 to 100, but I believe we're going to be well over that.
Question and idea. So it sounds like some people, me and Oz were talking earlier, some people don't seem to want to jump in a week because they want to collect a little bit more resources and shit while it's easy. What if we go as one company and then as soon as everybody gets there like a week later, then we split into the two and bots and everybody that wants to, like, just to get our foothold for that first week, figure out what the fuck's going on. We don't even have to worry about fucking dick measuring contests or any of that dumb shit. Like, we just get in there, figure out what the fuck's going on, and then once everybody shows up and we got the 150 people or whatever it ends up being, we split off into the groups that everybody wants to split.
From what I'm gathering, and I don't want to speak for all about you, I think most of us are itching to go, so I think we'd be okay. I think we'd be cool with going as like that first.
Yeah, and that's what me and Oz were saying. Some people want to go right away, and there's other people who are like, hey, I'm almost at 200 crafting, and this shit's easy because there's no one competing for resources, and we got towns. Those people can stay back. And we can figure out who that is, and then the companies, if like a whole company is leaving, they can figure out who they want to pass their shit to, so they can still collect gold as long as we can hold it.
And a lot of bots are very PvP oriented. Like, that's what we thrive for in this game, and there's just no open world PvP right now, and a lot of us want out as soon as possible. So if we go first and test the waters, I have no problem with that. Like, the November 21st date is just the green light date. Like, I would after that go for it.
With that, I would wait. Let's see the announcement for the update. I would wait to transfer till the markets are linked in the November update, because I'm in the server right now that we're looking at, Valgrind, and I can give you prices of stuff too, because if you want me to look up, but I was gonna get into that later. But if we're gonna be on,
we'll talk servers later. But
there's really only two options, and I've been trying to, I don't know if Wolf's in here, but if he's
in,
let me unmute him, see if his mic's fixed.
He's not muted.
He's unmuted. Okay.
Oh, that was me personally muting him. Sorry.
Let Jeffrey go for a second, because we looked at servers last night.
For the servers, I think we should make a channel group that has the servers. That
already put that in.
We got that up top.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay,
at the very top.
Yeah, at the very top.
Oh, okay. Well then, if you're going to do that, I would post the.
Yeah, I'll post a screenshot.
I would post the actual heat map and the screenshot of the map whenever you do post what server you're looking at, so everyone can get a gist of what's going on that map.
Is it a server conversation we want to lead to now? Like, are we good with the conversation we had? Is there any nuances we need to shuffle over real quick? Like,
anyone that is afraid to speak about what's going to happen after we transfer, say it now.
My only confusion is like what we're gonna do as far as gov and consoles.
Well,
I don't know if
that
we have
once
that
we
discussion right now.
Once we figure out who's in what company, we can figure that out.
Let me speak on behalf of BotsU, like the way we wanted our merge to be set up. The way BotsU runs now is whoever in the war scores the best score gets governor. That's just what it means to us. So we give it up like it's fucking candy, and then the rest is run like a meritocracy. Shot callers and just basically consoles are just selected based on how much you give. Exactly.
Now, do we want to adopt that same power structure into the company that's going over first?
I think the biggest vote for the other one, I think people that are just involved every day should be in those positions. Like if you're on every day talking and helping people and you're not a dickhead, I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah. And that's
Are we
typically
cool
how you
with
roll.
leaving governor up to top PvPer?
I want to comment real quick. While personally, I'm totally okay with top PvPer being governor. That's something I can get behind. I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to say, for the first couple weeks of a new server merge, we need someone who's willing to put their foot down, stomp out any drama that's occurring between potentially powerful people from Yinfu, and even smooth over, let's say, if there's drama between Archvillain and someone else. So we need someone who the buck stops with.
And Lickety, you know what? I'm gonna say it's you because you're the person out of everyone. You were the first big figure in the server. Like you were. Everybody looks towards Stabbers, and you were the biggest figure. And I still look towards you for like a guidance role to us, like a role model.
Honestly, I feel like everybody. I feel like Lickety person. I mean, this is obviously. I feel like sounds like biased since obviously I'm a Savvy Stabber.
It's okay.
But you get what I'm saying, right?
Lickety's been the dude since day one.
Lickety's a very calm person, so that's also a benefit. Like he's not strong and abrasive about stuff, but he.
This is great to hear. I wasn't planning on volunteering myself for the role.
Oh.
No, we're sucking you off right now, bro.
Yeah.
Which is why you should take it, because you don't want
Fair.
it.
Okay.
I would really like to say,
I kind of want to hear who Lickety was going to suggest, though. I'm just curious.
I nominate Call Me Pope.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Right. Seeing as we're transferring to a new server, it's definitely important for that person who's going to be transferring over to that new server to sort of be our figurehead for any other powerful companies within Greens in that server.
Yeah.
We need someone who can talk to them, be like a friend, and definitely get them on our side. You get what I'm saying?
And also have the tact to know what to tell them and what not to tell them.
It's like a new server probationary period, just until shit gets leveled out. Does that make sense? So it's not like Lick's going to be the governor forever. It's just...
Well, hold on. The other thing is we need to figure out who's going with that initial launch party, though, too. Because if Lickety's not going to be... If he... Let's say he decides to not go right away, we need to figure out who's going first.
So let's do this then. Let's make a straw poll or somewhere that we can put our names in a hat. Someone find something to do that.
Or we could vote.
But bots, you said they wanted to go first. I'm personally okay with that. I was kind of planning on grabbing a bunch of mats and transferring with possibly a second wave once I played kind of the economy game. Like if they want if silver's expensive on that map, I'll just craft a bunch of silver before I transfer. But it's still within like a day or two of everyone else.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know when I want to move it. Kind of wait to see how things look in a week.
Fair. I know a lot of people are confused.
I definitely don't want to move anyone until the November update, which I mean,
I also want to wait till that update.
And so this is another thing to bring up because it's still kind of there have been no official reports on if the server transfer bug is still there, where your watermark gets reset. And I know that's a thing. That's another issue to address for people who are on the fence about leaving early or not.
Yes.
Bots, you would like to see that fixed before merging.
Yeah.
So that is something that other members have brought up that I guess I didn't at all.
Yeah, so I would suggest waiting to the November update.
Do we want to say tentative green light on the 21st, but if we hit, like, we're getting towards the 18th and they still haven't done a patch yet, do we want to hit the pause on that then at that point?
I'd say the 21st is still a fine date to go off of, but if you want to wait for the November update, then you do. If you don't, then you don't. Just kind of thing.
I would just highly suggest it with how many changes are coming in November based on the
PTR. I just don't want people to feel like they need to jump with the first wave.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have. From the information I'm seeing on the internet about this update is gonna change a lot of stuff, and there's a good chance it might still come by the 21st or soon after. At least there'll be an announcement. We'll know once we get closer. But unfortunately, we might just have to wait like a couple days, even after the 21st, just for sake of maybe not getting watermarks reset, markets not being fucked up in the new server.
I'd be willing to bet it comes on a holiday.
Mistake, you know?
I'd be willing to bet it drops like.
Well, it's supposed to be by the end of November, so whatever they have ready by then.
Because they'll probably drop some holiday shit with it.
Like to not reset our like PvP PvP goon squads watermarks.
Yes.
Like not, I'm not worried about my watermark. I barely worked on it, but like,
So, alright,
yeah, a lot of y'all guys in bots, I don't want y'all to accidentally reset yours or anything like that. Because
I mean, that's up to them though. We can't force them to stay though either.
Yeah, we're
no,
we can tentatively set the first wave, which is primarily going to be bots the 21st.
Yeah.
Chances are, by the time the second wave wants to come, either after the patch or a week later, we'd just start a second company at that point. So I'm guessing you guys are going to be pulling half a company, full company's worth. We can get those numbers for sure.
Okay. Other thing, do we have a list of people who can't transfer, like Validus and Mikey? Like, unless they add transfers, obviously. Do we know if there's any more?
So far, we
don't have any that I'm tracking.
Because those would be the people that we could start figuring out who out of those people we want to give territories if we still have them at that point.
One of the possible workarounds may be complaining to Amazon and just saying like, "Hey, everybody from my server left. Could I please?"
Yeah, I did that like a week ago, and they didn't respond because there was like 8 million fucking forum posts about it. Yeah. The whole forums right now is literally people just like, my server fucking sucks. Like, get me the fuck out of here, and they don't. Yeah, they're not gonna.
Yeah, let's hope the server transfers come soon for those
Hey,
guys. Hey,
another thing to consider, if we have a good chunk of people go with the first wave, we're basically cutting our forces in half here. We might lose some territories too, if we don't have enough bodies to defend them before the second wave goes. Not that that's terrible, but we need to be aware of that going into it. That, like, say you guys leave the 21st, but everyone else is like, oh, the update's on the 30th. And then, see how it goes and maybe go like the 3rd. That's like a week and a half to 2 weeks of us probably getting our shit pushed in while we stay here.
I mean, we can't do anything about that.
Well, the thing is, that's a risk that the people who are staying have to rip with, because the people who are staying are mostly here just to get the crafting up, and because they're waiting for like the test watchers with that server.
So here's another question. So the first wave, like, what is going to be your objective? It's a 2-week difference between first and second wave. What are you guys working on during those 2 weeks?
Personally, my thing, and it's the thing I did when I started joining the server, make connections with the people in the faction. Like, I did that very well, very quickly, and I'll try to replicate that as quick as possible. So
are we not starting any wars or PvPing until we get everybody there?
Until we get a good majority that can win a war. Or at least we have
fill a roster by ourselves, I would say, just based off of the Marauder chat in however you say it, right now, there is one major company and its sister company, and they don't give two shits about any other Marauders. So it's going to be really delicate to work that situation.
Okay.
Like this Marauder chats, they had an invasion in Windsward, and they were kicking all these other people out, and fucking Marauder chat was on fire because of it. They said company first.
So we do have to worry about an elitist infection.
Yep, and here's the company breakdown. So there's a bunch of 51 plus companies, right? So Marauders has 9, Purple has 9, and Yellow has 6 that are 51 plus in Valgrind.
What does Valgrind look like, the heat map wise?
Let me send you guys the map. I actually should have
posted earlier. It's still like that. There's a lot of conflict right now, or I can take a new screenshot.
Yeah.
Green owns Windsward and Reekwater. They just defended Windsward. They owned First Light when I went to it like 30-something hours ago, so they just lost First Light.
So that's something to consider. We might need a lot of bodies to actually run the PvP missions to declare a war. Like, if they have that many companies, it might be.
It's just going to be hard to switch and then, like, oh, we want to switch because we want to do PvP. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to pull that off effectively until
also hey-hos.
I mean,
there's a lot of 50 plus companies, just so you're aware, but we know that going into a 1200 peak server.
But the people we're bringing should be willing to show up for that kind of stuff now, though, instead of it being like 10 people.
It doesn't hurt to have a Vanguard coming in there and talking to people and getting involved with stuff.
I just wouldn't come in and immediately try to start a war as green. I would try to get into the green territories and get a feel for them first. Maybe offer up to help with their war or something, and not shot call, but just bodies type of thing, and see how they do their wars first. and how like purple defends and shit.
But if they're that like company first oriented, how are we gonna get into their wars?
Yeah, that's that. I mean, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know about the wars. This was strictly an invasion for Windsward, and it's going on like right now. So
well,
I mean,
if it's an invasion, it's gonna be
Don't
obvious.
get me wrong. There's always the possibility we end up at odds with an elitist company because we don't operate that way.
Yeah, and they're going to be.
That might work to our advantage.
I think there's a lot of possibilities to recruit. We're just going to have to try to vet a little bit and not let people start dick swinging. But there is a lot of bodies there, obviously.
No,
so
I feel like the moment we try to start recruiting people, they're gonna see us as a threat, and
not like actively recruiting, just by going out and helping people with dungeons or farming elite zones. You might be able to pull them over to your company because, like, hey, this company's chill. They're not super aggressive like X company. You know, that's how we kind of came together, right? We said fuck those people and
what we're gonna run into is we will become a threat, and probably very quickly, with how many guys we're pulling in, how skilled we are at PvP, and how if you're another green looking at our company, we will be very, very attractive to join. If it's a shit show,
or we could be full of shit and they could be super good at PvP, and we got to learn all over again, which we're okay with, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, but we've done that before. We'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll do it again.
Adaptability is the one thing I think we handle well.
I think Valgrind it's got more population than the only other server I found that wasn't a green majority, which was Paralysis. Paralysis peaks just over 1,000. Valgrind peaks over 1,200. If we're bringing in 150, 200 people, you know.
Well, right now we're looking at 85 to 90, I think, based on the roll call.
Yeah, I got. I'm still getting tricklings in because I have a lot of casuals, but I have like 10 hard yeses that actually participate in most things, and then a couple like five or so that said, I'll probably go, and I was like, okay, whatever. You're level 45 still.
And then
I'm still gonna let them come
as well.
I'm still gonna let them come, and they can grow over at that side. But
yeah, anybody can go. We just want a number for the initial like.
Right. I would say 10 to 15 is all I'll bring, but that's another fifth of a roster.
That's close to 100 then.
Yeah.
So about like the issues with the one server and the sister company, it's probably Batsu's job if we're going first to make the best connections we can with those guys, and just try our best to understand their standpoint and have them understand that there's a lot of us coming in the near future.
And they're the only ones that own territory as green right now, even though there's seven other 50+ companies.
So maybe
they're the only ones that own. So they obviously know what they're doing if they can.
So maybe our objective is to see what the other companies feel about them.
Yeah, play the spy game. If you guys can just absorb as much information as you can, so you can start figuring out how we need to operate, that would be like the most useful.
I would just
farm elite zones, dungeons, whatever. Us trying to take other territories could be a grievance to them.
A lot of yellow seems to be transferring to green over purple. Like I got a lot of people in Marauder chat saying, yeah, those yellow guys are toxic as fuck, so they came to green even though purple dominates the map. So I don't know what that says about purple either. I'm reading into things. I'm just...
Well, you can't transfer to the winning faction, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so they just want to get out of the toxic. Pretty much yellow's going to be dead. It's going to be a 2-faction server.
Can't you join it if it's your first pick? Like if you're just starting a character? No? Oh, I thought if it was your fresh character, you could pick whatever you want.
A fresh character, yes.
Yeah. So if you make another character, you could just do the question and pick purple.
But like leveled people are moving from yellow to green.
Yeah, like they're talking.
Mothman, where are we?
Oh,
where
okay.
are these purples at?
Yeah.
They were fighting at one of the gates. I don't know if they're there anymore.
They're at the fort right now.
Oh, okay.
And you guys want big open world PvP? These guys are literally fighting 40 on like 40 right now in open world. There's 40 at PvP area, CC meeting at Northgate, all this other shit. Purple is pushing faction rep in Windsward. We need all hands on deck, meet Northgate. So that's a way you can get connections too. If you just do open world PvP,
that might be the play. Just to
you might be able to get a lot of. You can get a sense for who's strong, and if you come in super organized and can push back, like I wouldn't actively try to steal people, but you can definitely get like a feel. So
start
there's
gaining a
potential
reputation at least.
They're trying to hold Windsward at all costs, so there's opportunity to get your PvP probably within the first hour.
I was going to say
yellow just through rewater into conflict. So
open world PvP.
So another question is, I guess that we should have the conversation. What, as the two companies, should be our first territory that we take?
First Light.
Depends on their
100%
trading.
First Light. No,
Yeah.
the trading is going to change at November. 100% First Light, Azoth cost. Sole reason. Super important to get around. We don't have a lot of territories. Holding that fort will let us get to Purple's territories easier. 100% First Light. In my opinion.
it's a new player fucking spot.
And it's the bottom of the map. It's connected to green territories. That doesn't really matter. But it's literally that fort will help us because we're not going to have any good fast travel, right? That's my opinion. First Light's 100%
where we're at right now with fast travel.
Yeah, 100%. And anyone else can argue a different territory off the bat, but I don't think First Light's going to be taken as a serious threat, and it's super efficient for Azoth.
Okay.
First Light right now on that server.
Doesn't it give you a passive for being a company owner there or something?
The fort gives whoever controls the
the
fort the faction bonus of lower fast travel weight cost.
That's huge.
Which is the #1 supplier to fast travel cost.
And I don't think the PvP missions are that bad, are they?
I can't remember because we never really tried to push for it.
Well, that'll be a little bit down the road after we get there, and then the bulk comes along anyway. But
yeah,
jump
but
in
I'm
the
just
gun in the
saying,
comment.
yeah, this is like probably a few weeks of being on server, a couple weeks maybe.
From what you guys are seeing, this is pretty much what we voted on. It's 1200 pop, pinpoint on the dot, which is awesome. Green is losing. Does anybody not like the server? Does anybody have any other ones that they want to bring to the table?
Didn't we mention
you can
two
scroll
others?
up in council. In council, you can scroll up. I have a screenshot of paralysis. It's around, like I said, it's right over 1,000. I have a huge list of ones that are long wait times and ones that had 4+ territories or 3+ territories. I think I typed 4 but meant 3. Valgrind was on there, but obviously they've lost one since I looked. The only good thing about paralysis is they already own First Light, so we can initially get in there, and they're more balanced between yellow and purple, so we might not be as obvious of coming in, where green has just as many people as purple, but not the territories, where in paralysis green is the sole minority. Like straight minority, like the fucking bottom.
So if we went to paralysis, we would probably be the leading guild, whereas if we went to Valgrind...
I didn't hang out in their faction chat that much because I liked Valgrind more, and I saw the company owns both territories because I wanted to get a feel for how big they were. Well, you could definitely check out paralysis too. It doesn't take
my
long
only
to get
concern
level
about
9.
Valgrind is a two-way war, because I really kind of enjoy the three-way war system, but I feel like that might be inevitable.
So the paralysis, the top companies, green has the 5th largest company of 50+ with 1 territory, and then the 8th largest without a territory, and then they have like the 15th largest that has a territory. So there's not they're, like I said, they're the straight minority with 50+ companies and everything. So
I'm interested.
It could be better for relationships if they're ready getting turbo stomped and they don't have a strong company leader. But then again, it's 200 less people.
Right.
But they own First Light, which actually I kind of piqued my interest too, because I think First Light is really good. Yep. If you scroll up in Council, you'll see my long post, and with a screenshot of the map as of 32 hours ago or whatever. I looked at it.
Wait, actually, could you check how much the fucking gems cost over there, like the tier 5 ones, like purple ones?
That's another reason I stayed in this server too, is because it was bigger. I wanted to see what the cost was. All right, we can do that.
Can you check if you're already there?
Yeah, I'm logged in now for this meeting because I want to give as much information as possible.
I mean, as long as nothing changes, I'm cool with picking a server. And we could just track them if shit changes by.
You want to know how much a cut tier 5 topaz is right now?
Oh, no, diamond. Dude.
Diamond. Cut
Topaz
diamond. Well, I know topaz is awful. I just picked what to cut diamond is 300 right now.
Wait, it's actually more expensive on this server.
A cut tier 5 diamond is
cut tier 5 diamond.
A lot of people gearing.
Cut tier 5 diamond on this server, the small one, the Yinfu one, is like 700.
Resources are more scarce on that server, so it makes sense that they go up in value.
No, that's cheap. You said it's 700. This is 300. That's less than half the cost for a fully cut tier 5. I don't know why you said it's more. It's more expensive. It's less expensive.
No, I'm saying it's more expensive on Yinfu.
Oh no, Dud's more expensive. Jesus, there's no one there farming it, and they don't have a tier 5. They don't have a constant tier 5, whatever you call it, stonecutter. Malachite is $3.99.
How much do boats cost?
Moats. I mean, we're kind of getting away from it. Actually, not really. It's good to know.
Like any of the
Tier
moats.
2
like,
moat?
No, just the lowest tier moats.
What's the rarest one, you think?
A soul moat for sure.
Yeah, souls are the.
Souls are 99 cents.
How about water?
So that's something we
Waters are
could.
83 cents.
So it's
Something
about
we-
the same. It's about the same. It's just
Something
slightly
we should
lower.
coordinate with the dudes that are coming in the second wave is right before they show up, have them use the money we're making off these territories to just buy up every fucking cheaper resource here.
No, I said just hoard gold because everything should be cheaper on this server or close to the same. So we should just steal all the gold we can now that we own the 2 trade
Well,
hubs.
how much is orichalcum?
Well, some of the end game stuff might be cheaper on this server. If you want.
Wait, actually, no,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no.
why we're gonna look at the market and
So,
coordinate
how
what's
much-
worth buying.
How much does Asmodium
Voidor.
sell for? Asmodium.
Yeah.
Asmodium and Voidor. And
Asmodium 535.
okay, Asmodium.
You said void what?
Sorry, Voidor. Voidor and Asmodium. Make sure you're checking every single settlement.
Yeah, I got them all open. Void what?
Void ore. It's tier 5. Should be around
Void
10.
ore is 7,500.
So around, yeah. So the
That's
same.
not bad.
It's the same as our server.
That's not. Oh, that's pretty similar. Okay. I could tell you there is over 20 of them available underneath
How about
8,000.
pure orichalcum ingots?
Hey, we might need to check this shit again once we get closer.
Yeah, or
to the
calcum ingots are 14
the actual
gold.
transfer, because
Wait.
transfer is still 10 days away. The map can change wildly
Yep,
from now
yep.
till then.
And the market could change because if the November update does bring out unifying all the
I
trading
think
posts,
it'll
yeah.
lower the price and eventually, like over
I
time,
think-
it'll be lower.
I
That's
think the
why.
number is good and how it looks right now is good, but if you're saying they have a shit ton of people, they might start mounting comebacks and winning wars. We'll just have to double check on it, but I like it.
Yeah, I can
as
keep
it
this
stands right
character
now.
here if you want, but otherwise Wolf has a character here.
If not, like, I mean, give me a server and I'll put my character in that server and poke around too, but I'm just saying it could change. Like, even
Yeah,
if we
of course.
decide
they
now,
got active wars right now, like a bunch of
yeah.
them.
So
Is there anything
it would
else
suck
we need
if
to talk
we all
about?
switch, and they have 5 fucking territories.
Does anyone have anything to say?
So the second company, I guess we haven't really settled on. We've heard like Botsu and their guys is the first, which you made the list earlier. I'm guessing in council. That's who you have in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I'm also gonna go with this first wave since I don't care about watermark or crafting.
yeah, I haven't even done Watermark, but I still want to wait. So you got Apathy. Flavor of the Rainbows did say they were coming with you.
That's up to Wolf right now, I guess.
Okay,
Hey,
because
I'm still debating on whether I want to go on the
Well, you
first wave.
if people want to go part of the first wave, they don't have to stay with the Botsu company. They can come over to the second one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just.
I was about to say, like, there's no reason why.
We can't move around.
Goes over in first wave, like, is locked into that first company. Like,
Same
we'll worry
with like
about
second
the
wave. Second
one.
wave, I'm sure anyone from Botsu will accept someone from the second wave too.
Well,
because-
except there's also people like Mikey.
yeah.
I'm
So-
also probably gonna join a different company when I first transfer to just feel it out, see if I
Not a
can get in
bad
their
idea.
discords. I'm gonna be like a fucking spy.
It's not
So
a bad idea.
I don't know you guys when I transfer.
You might have
Alright.
to join the 2 company. I would start there. Try
Just
to
give
get
me a
into the
name,
number
I'll-
2. Yeah.
I'll get wedged in there.
But that's the only thing I haven't seen is Discord links because I've been waiting to try to get on a Discord link.
Yeah, when I was on that server, I was trying to get a Discord link.
But I'm not
to
going to
it,
ask
just
it as a
did not
level
get to it.
9, so...
Oh, I did. I did not
You
give a
did?
shit. I was like, is there a Discord I can join? And just nobody responded.
But, yeah, we'll have to keep monitoring. Wolf or myself can keep one. I can go back to, fucking paralysis or whatever it's called.
I
and
would say
can
we
feel
gotta
that out too.
keep an eye out for maybe a couple, and then once we know for sure, okay, updates coming around, everything's good, like we really want to transfer, and then at that point, seriously look at the servers because that's where we're gonna be
fine.
jumping into,
So,
like
Do
day
you want to
of
just have
types.
Wolf keep his there, and I'll go back to paralysis and keep an eye on that
Probably.
one and get a feel for it, and then
Yeah,
I don't think unless anyone else found something else. I didn't, but this was again a day and a half ago.
Yeah.
But
well, I say we just keep looking in general.
the other ones were, a lot of them were hard green majorities. Like, I don't think they're going to change. These two are the only ones where it's like, okay, we might have a foothold here.
So we can't pick a server right now. So is there anything else anyone wants to talk about besides servers? We can just talk about servers and chat. Or
Side note,
meeting wise.
When you transfer a server, your housing tax resets.
Oh, I get to save money.
At least mine did.
Well, that's another thing I was going to bring up is if we should shift people around companies before they go to buy their houses cheaper if they haven't
Yeah,
yet.
if you want to buy a house in Brightwood, you can join bots to buy.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone cares.
Houses,
right?
Like people have houses in Everfall, but Windsward's a green territory, and they have right now 4 out of the 5 tier crafting except for Arcane, and Everfall only has 1 tier 5 outfitting. Maybe we might be able to get cheaper now that we own Windsward and buy it here underneath our company discount. So then we have that highest crafting zone at a cheap rate, in Windsward, and then we're not paying Everfall taxes. But that's kind of meta-ing it. But
I'm joining Stabbies real quick.
we'll look at that when we finalize which server and when we can shift houses, because like Ebon Scales, honestly, it's almost useless to have a house there because it can only be a tier 3.
Yeah, it's true. Now that we own like the entire map, we got to prioritize all that stuff.
Yeah, I would shift and figure out. But this one would be Windsward. I can't remember which one Paralysis was, if it was Everfall or Windsward, but neither one's green there, so it'd be really important to buy the house beforehand. So just to think that's not really related to the merger. It's more of
No, but it's a good thing to keep in mind.
yeah, when we pull the trigger.
The less gold we spend, the better.
But yeah, unless there's any other grievances besides the merger that we need to squash, or is everyone on a good footing now? Everything.
Yeah.
I think we're good until the weekend. After we get roll call, we set up another meeting and we talk on another basis. It probably won't be even as long as this one, but after we get head count, I think we talk.
Is there any more territories we wanted to do here? I mean, we still have 10 days. That's a long fucking time.
Monarchs is the next big money maker. I think we should.
Then we'll have all the big money makers.
Okay, so if you're bored, like that's where we want to see people.
We want to push it tomorrow so we can wear it this weekend.
First Light be a bigger? Oh, actually, no, never mind.
No. Monarchs has the outfitter and the fucking tannery.
Yeah,
shit.
you're right,
At least they used to. So most people were making stuff there.
Go for lottery. Just call it lottery. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
yeah, everybody that can declare should declare.
Just to let you guys know, Rick messaged me because he's talking to Lep. Their yellow is saying if purple caps Brightwood, that they are going to full stack their roster to take it.
Oh, they're gonna help them take us?
Yeah, take Brightwood.
They're not gonna win.
Oh, they don't like bots. That's not the vibe I got.
Rick just messaged me that a few minutes ago. Told me to bring
Well, that's only Lep. Lep is only Odin's. That's it.
That's true.
I don't know if Archvillain and Mad Villainy and all those other guys.
Us, though. Archvillainy hates us.
No, it's not Archvillainy. It's exclusively
Archvillain
LX.
loves
Archvillain
Arch does not have an issue with
LX.
you in comms when we were there. It's like literally Arch does not have an issue with any green. Like he wants to fuck purple up with green and then dip out of the server.
Arch seems chill as fuck, honestly.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
he is.
no, Archvillain was originally a stabber, and the only reason he left to yellow was for fast travel, and that was it.
Which was a mistake.
Which was a huge mistake, but a mistake.
But yeah, I still think even if yellow or purple stack their rosters, we have the defense. So.
Then you gotta think, not all yellows are gonna stack Brightwood.
So for those,
I don't think so. I think it's literally just LX, but.
So I know Diego, you said you had a lot of yellows and purples coming. Are any of those guys not able to switch to green because they switched when they got here?
Some of them have that scenario going on, but they plan on going to the same server as us anyway, just to keep friendly competition. But the yellows are on the fence of basically, there's a few yellows, there's like 5 confirmed that'll come with us, and then there's like 15 that are debating on joining green or just going to the same server and staying yellow.
Okay. So
So
okay. So they're gonna like play for yellow, not independently help us.
yeah.
Well, if it's
yeah, exactly.
Felgrind, they're not going to enjoy yellow long, I'm guessing, is what the sounds of it is.
Buds 2.0.
They have yellow, yeah, and they have 650 plus companies, one territory, and a whole lot of toxicity, apparently.
That's
Is Budweiser there?
That'd
That
be
would be
hilarious,
hilarious.
bro.
Oh my god.
Imagine.
Just all heels on Buds.
Imagine.
Dude,
If we
I'm
still
gonna
run
literally search
straight
right
into
now.
I'm
Buds,
gonna get off here, boys.
If we run into
See ya.
Buds, everybody has to have a life staff and just start healing circles all over his ass everywhere he fucking goes.
Nope, the only people with Bud in their name are purples underneath level 50.
rip.
He's
And
on
they're
purple now.
usually fuck bud.
But yeah, yeah, as long as no more grievances and everyone's on the same page, then I think we're at a good point, and then we'll get hard numbers and then monitor just those 2 servers for now. Maybe look at a third if one of those starts getting green influence.
Just clown it and name the first company Yinfu rating party. People are like, what the fuck? The hell is this?
What about their server groups? You gotta make sure there's no like 200s. They get merged.
Oh, there's no way
looking
they're
at their-
merging a 12 or 1200 or 1000 right off the bat. There's no way.
I doubt any of like the actual popping servers.
I'd be
will-
surprised if a merge even happens by Amazon before we transfer. Honestly, like
gonna
it does
take
not
months.
seem like
It's
it's
gonna take
super
months.
high on their priority list, even though the player base wants it.
My guess is they'd merge all the little servers in
Yeah.
that group together and they'd leave
They'd
the
merge
third
all
one.
the
First
servers in that world stick together and leave Valgrind alone.
If they have issues with a one-player transfer, they're gonna have issues with a mass server transfer.
Yeah,
I'd be willing to bet
they're
they give more transfers out before merge. Because that's going to be the band-aid. If transfers are starting to work correctly, they're going to be like, fuck it, just give everybody
Oh
a
my
second
God, you guys,
transfer.
we need a transfer right now. Green's getting pushed back in Windsward. Everyone right now, reinforcements.
Everyone's account just gets deleted.
Like, how much gold will you give me if I transfer 40 people right now?
Alright, so next plan of action then is figuring out who's going first party. After
So
the
Wolf
head count.
is we're chill with Wolf keeping a character in here, keeping an eye on Green Marauders and stuff, and then I will go over to the other one, right?
As long as Wolf's fine with it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with keeping an eye on it.
All right, cool. I will remove and delete.
I think it's the 21st. Is that? Oh, it's a Sunday.
How should we set up knowing people that are leaving right away? Should we actually set up a reaction rule for that or no?
Let's get a head count, and then since we're getting
Yeah.
up this weekend, and then we can just.
Yeah,
I don't know who has.
Yeah, we'll do that after the weekend. That's a good idea.
I don't know who has the perms, but we can make a channel of like just name it like first group or rating party or some shit, and we can just have people can
do
say,
it,
hey,
and
I would
can
like to
do
go.
Reactions only, so they can't type in it, but they can react, type of thing.
Yeah,
We want names though, right?
There's
Yeah,
a
you can see it in
transfer
reactions.
questions
Yeah, you
and
can see whose
info.
name it is in reactions.
I thought it like cuts off the names once too many people get it.
No, you literally click on it, and
If
then
you right click and
Oh,
hit
you right-click.
reactions, you can see all the reactions.
Oh,
You guys
okay.
Tell everyone in your companies to vote on that.
Figure out what they want to do.
most of shadows that I did talk to are down to get the fuck out of here.
I have
Some
a
are gonna
couple
want to
guys.
go right away, probably. I'm
Which,
guessing.
to be honest, it doesn't even matter how many go right away because we don't have to start wars immediately. I'm saying. So even if only like 30 people want to go right away, it's still plenty to go fuck with PvP and figure out what the hell's going on.
Right.
It should be interesting. I honestly think that patch will come out with the holidays because they'll probably drop Thanksgiving skins with it. I guess.
Yeah, I just know it's supposed to be in November,
Dude,
and there's so much
fucking hell,
changing
man.
with it that I would just really advise to wait till after. If it lines up with our time frame, even better. But I'm personally gonna probably wait till after.
People can vote and figure out what they want to do, and then it'll work out. And once everybody's there, then we can figure out who's going in what company and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. Like Stabbies and Shadows will merge. I don't know if Bjorn's gonna want to wait or if he's willing to merge too, and then
We're like two people, so Oh,
Well, yeah, and then
I
the
don't think
other
it matters.
stragglers, like, we'll be the fucking, what do you call it? The refugees, I guess, and you guys can be the assault force, whatever you want to call it.
I've got like 6 guys that are right around like 55, and they do a lot of PvP missions with us, but they've never really been in a war because obviously they're not 60. And they've said they're gonna come, but they're not like super involved. So
I'd also be kind of cognizant, at least with us merging or my group. I would like to not pick a name that was on this server, just so no one has any like ill or bad intentions, like, oh, they just want bodies, or like there's no fucking ego attached, so we can like come up with a new name or whatever.
Wait, are you guys? Oh wait, we haven't thought about that. What is the names of the companies that we're gonna form?
we can figure that out after we all get there, though.
I don't care to have any attachment to names here. I just like moving forward, so it's like everyone's company, right? It's not like we're just followed these guys, but it's like actually a merger, right?
Purple
So
Gate United.
I would feel better if, yeah, whoever was merging with, we'd end up to do an original name, even not a stupid one like other dumb shit.
OG.
What was that? What was that one? Lickety said, fucking.
We can't be Jeffrey the
building number one.
Yeah, we can't be company.
Like
fucking
hashtag 360 no scope or
Okay,
some bullshit.
okay. I have a funny idea. Okay, first wave comes in. They are the remnants of Yinfu. Second wave comes in. The Yinfu sprinkles.
Oh my god. I ain't settling for Yinfu sprinkles. No.
Nah.
Because they're the sprinkles that came in after the wave.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that, Chief.
Would you not eat Yinfu sprinkles? I mean...
I don't think I would.
No,
am I getting ice cream?
Fong,
Am I getting ice cream, man?
Fong, what's your mom's restaurant's name?
Modern Pie.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's
100%.
Yeah, we named
It sounds like a band name.
Modern Pie.
Yeah,
is it like pie?
Google
No, Thai. Thai isn't Thai food.
Thai. Okay.
Because he owns a Thai restaurant.
Let's just do a Google generator. Do like metal band generator and just pick the most ridiculous name.
Now I don't know what I want more. Is Thai food or pie?
There's purple running.
Yeah, purple's coming to fort.
But there's a couple running in Evan scale too.
Bro, I am not stressing them taking Evan scale.
Evan scale's not worth it.
I 1v2'd him. I killed him.
Look, if they take Evan scale back in the next week and we're bored, Wolf, then you can run it again and maybe you'll get it back.
I just want.
I'm running elites.
In Evan scale. Just cause.
Okay, so the next thing for this server's Monarchs then, right? Is that what we decided? Like for goals, if we're not doing crafting or shit?
Yeah.
Because I'll run some of those missions tomorrow if anyone wants to do that shit. I can get all the low level dudes to help. Yeah, I can spam and get some of the low level guys to help with that since it's a starting territory too.
I just know the fucking PvP line for Monarchs is just as AIDS as fucking Morningdale.
So that's the thing. If we can get like 20 or 30 people to just do it for like an hour, it'll be done. Because me and Fung ran it, and I don't think and there was nobody even there doing anything. So.
Well, yeah. It wouldn't take very long.
No, it sucks. But...
PvP because I'm bored.
500 purples, Jeffrey.
But it's just that much more money that we would earn, so it's definitely worth it.
So
Alright, I'm probably not going to be on this much this weekend, so yeah, let's definitely come after the weekend.
We can push to declare on Monday or some shit. Or Sunday night.
I mean, not for just declare. I mean, it's fine. I don't have to be there, obviously. I'm just saying for like more in-depth talk. Let's get the numbers over the weekend and then reconvene.
Yeah, we can hold a meeting next week. I mean, the weekend was just the deadline for hopefully people can have a number to post.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think a lot of people already posted, so it should be too longer. Alright, so is meeting over then? You just move and bullshit about whatever at this point?
Yeah, I think we're good.